Today we want to close the gap between farming and our actual city. So welcome back to Cities Skylines Q, and this is where we started in episode 1 of Chaos Hills almost 1 year ago, and today it is time to close the gap between this city, the outskirts of the city, and our farming area. So we want to see how we can make this look realistic, how we slowly fade out the city and go over into farming. So this will be a lot of farming fields. I want to start with our fields we built in our very first episode of Chaos Hills. It's amazing. And we are now back. So I want to go in and tweak the farming fields a little bit because I grabbed those nice surface pack, the farming surface pack, so we can just make it a little more realistic, more interesting. You can see different colors, different shapes. So this, I think, looks better than it looked before. So let's get rid of the trees, and then we can get in with the new trees to border some of our farms, our fields. I think this is a good idea. And later on we will add some fences as well. And now I want to extend our train network to bring it to the outside world, to the neighboring city. And I think it would be cool to run it a little bit alongside the fields, alongside the farms, and then we build a huge bridge to run over our country road, and we can connect those up. So we have a nice connection for some cargo trains coming into our central train station. So we could add some passenger trains as well. Okay, let's continue. We will build a whole bunch of farms today. And this is a good space fill as well. I will of course link the mod with the surface pack, the farm surface pack, in my video description if you want to use it for your city. And by the way, if you want to share some screenshots of your city, you can join my Discord. I will link it in the description. Also, it's always linked in the description. You can join. It would be cool to meet you there. We could talk, we could chat a little bit. And while we are talking about all the stuff you could do, you could also like the video and maybe you leave a subscription on my channel as well. I do Cities Skylines tutorials and Let's Plays mainly. All right, let's continue. As I said, we want to add some farming fences just to make it look more realistic. And then we want to play around with a bunch of surfaces we have in our repertoire. I think this is good. Just to make it look less vanilla, more custom. And of course, a lot of decals. I always love to use some decals to make it look more imperfect, more realistic. Some dirt, some tire marks, all the good stuff. You know it. And next to those fields, I think we can go in and add some low residential communities, like here, next to this main street leading into our new region of the city. And by the way, this is Douglas, one of our 2 cities, because the concept of this build or this region is 2 cities on 1 map, if you were not aware. But today we are in our bigger city of Douglas on the river. We have a mountain town in Carson as well. So you can check the playlist if you want to see all of my region. Anyway, let's continue with our new low residential area. I go in with a good mix of zoning and plopping. And since I stopped the tree growth in the city, we will have to place our trees manually onto our new properties to make it look a little overgrown, more realistic. So it's just here for a while. So, and let's wait a little bit to see the first new houses grown in. And I think this looks fine, surrounded with the trees. This is a nice little neighborhood, I think. All right. As I said, I want to add some trees and I want to swap these surfaces, add some imperfections as we did earlier in the video as well. And I think this looks fine. We can surround with some more trees as well. I want to have a bunch of trees in the city anyway, so this looks fine. And then we go in with a bunch of more fences, just surround all our farms with some farming fences. And look at this, a lot of people, a lot of traffic coming into our new neighborhood, into our new region. So I hope we can handle. I think this is just for now, and I think the traffic will get better. And while we are here on the outskirts of the city, it makes sense to have some larger properties as well. So I will add some bigger houses and they have their own small farm or just a bigger garden. We can add a little pond maybe, and Maybe they all have horses, so we can add some horse spawners as well, and we surround with them trees. So I think this is cool. The more you go away from the city center, the bigger the property lots get, I think. So we can get away with some big property plots right here, I think. So let's do some surface work and see where we end up with those nice houses here in this new neighborhood. Let's do this. To make the horse spawners work the way we want them to work, we need to add some of those hang around areas first, and then we need to add the spawners inside those areas, and then the horses which spawn won't move away, they just will stay in those areas we just added. Let's add some barns as well, and then we go in with those horse spawners. There we go, and we have a bunch of horses now. So this is cool, right? Okay, now let's go to the other side of the highway. Next to the train station, you can see this is a little more dense, so we go a little more dense as well. And what I mean by that is we can just get away with some smaller houses, with some smaller lots. I think this makes sense. That close to the city, that close to the train station, and I think this is a good neighborhood. You have good access to the train station, to the tram station as well, by the way. Okay, you are near the highway on the other side, but we will add some trees to block the noise a little bit, make it a little bit more comfy in our new neighborhood. Again, I mix zoning and plotting because you can see zoning is not working everywhere right here because it's technically part of the train station, because you could extend this train station right here with another platform. So we can just cheat it a little bit by plopping some houses. And then maybe this can be a little parking lot. So we have some parking next to the train station. I mean, we have parking on the other side, but we want a little bit of parking on this side of the train station as well, because I think they should now have access to the platform to the back side of the train station from this side. I'm pretty sure they will. Okay, and then I think we can, after some more detailing, of course, add a bunch of parks and playgrounds here to fill in the last bits and pieces right here. Of course, as I said, a lot of tree work to block the highway noise, block the highway view. So you have it nice and cozy right here. And look at this, a lot of trains coming in and out. So this looks cool. Love to see the trains going back and forth. By the way, if you want to have access to this safe game, want to have some special perks, some emotes and all the cool stuff, you can become a channel member of my YouTube channel for only 99 cents a month. This is the best way if you want to support me. Check it out if you want. The link is in the video description as well. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, now let's continue with the playground and little parking right here as well. I think again we were surrounded with some trees, and the last gap we have here next to the playground, we can add another little park. Maybe this one fits almost perfectly. We can tweak it a little bit with some surface work. I continued the pedestrian path so you can walk through the path, through the park, of course, and some flowers, some bushes. This is fine. And this is the end of our video, and we have a nice transition. We close the gap on this side of the city from the actual city of Douglas to our rural area. What do you think? Hope you like it, and hope I see you back here in the next episode of Chaos Hills. I'm Chaos Fun. Have a good one. Bye bye.